The first night I went out, I got into a fight with like 3 different football players, put 2 in the hospital. They don't block as it is. There's a way they're going to block for me. Like, I'm going to be set up.
You were a football player. Then what position did you play?
Yeah, running back.
Running back?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were fast.
So, yeah, I was fast. I was a little thicker.
What were you?
And thick.
Slick and thick. What were you weighing at?
I was about 200 pounds.
Ooh,
my freshman year of college. And then I didn't play. I went back and started wrestling St. Louis. Kind of like knucklehead shit. I was partying a lot. And I ended up losing like 40 pounds in like through 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah. So I wrestled at 165 college for 1 year. Yeah.
Wow. So wait, you played football and wrestling in college?
Yeah, but 2 different schools. You know, I went to another school, Central Methodist. I got into some shit, went back to St. Louis.
Some knucklehead shit?
Yeah.
That'd be a good name for the podcast you're going to start.
Some
knucklehead shit.
Yeah.
We can't just
Knucklehead spit.
We can't just yada yada the best part here, Michael. You can't yada yada knucklehead shit.
Yeah, knucklehead shit. It was smoking in a fucking basketball player's dorm room. And the dumbass had like little high school girls over there from like the town. So we get done smoking and I'm leaving and I turn around and like go and the RA is already catching them and he looks at me and I see like other people behind him that's already caught. They're looking at me. And this is the first time I tell the truth in my fucking life. So I'm like, I'm not telling the truth fucking never. Fuck that. Like, it gets you in trouble. The RA looks at me and goes, were you in this room? And I'm looking at all the people that got caught and they're just like, I already think they told on me. So I'm like, yeah, I was in there, but I wasn't doing much. He's like, all right, you got to come down here. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, if I just would have said no, I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there.
Yeah,
like, I would have been clear and free, but nope. But so then I couldn't play football my sophomore year. And
over smoking weed?
Yeah, but you got to think this is like 2000.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like 2001.
Wild.
No, this is like 2005.
Meanwhile, if the team doctor had prescribed you, 15 Oxycontins, you'd been fine,
Exactly,
right?
no problem, right?
Wild.
Yeah. So then I just ended up saying, fuck it, being young and stupid, and I left. Wrestled at Merrimack for a year. Then I went to Springfield, and I was going to play football there. The first night I went out, I got into a fight with like 3 different football players, put 2 in the hospital, and was like, I don't think I can play football here. Like, these motherfuckers, they don't block as it is. There's a way they're going to block for me. Like, I'm going to be set up. Like, I'm going to be fucking done. So
This is my offensive line? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So I turned a negative into a positive, I guess. I was like, you know what? I'm going to end up fucking killing somebody or going to jail for fighting in the street. I can actually go fight. So then I, found Springfield Fight Club, and the rest is fight history.
Wow. That's really cool. So you kind of like had an inkling in your mind, like, man, maybe I can do this.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I fucking like fighting. I wrestled in high school, wrestled in college, pretty athletic. Maybe I should turn that into something good instead of just beating up all these drunk people in the streets.
What was the fight scene like then? Like in 2005, you said?
No, so I probably had my first pro fight, say 2010.
Well, when you started training?
I started training 2008, 2009. And then I trained for a good year before I had my first fight because I was just, wanting to see how it was and everything like that.
Yeah.
The fight scene was a lot better than what it is now. You know how it is now. Nobody wants to fight anybody. But back then, everybody's fighting everybody. The tough guys are fighting the tough guys. I'm fighting once every 3 or 4 weeks, around, the Midwest and Missouri. Me and James Krause had a fight back then.
Shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it was. Like, everybody just wanted to fight and be the best.
So nobody wants to fight anybody. What do you mean by that? For those of us that aren't.
People are picky and choosy. They're
Are we talking about amateurs? Are we talking
all of it?
Amateurs,
Really?
pro.
From amateurs to the pros.
No, I don't want to fight this guy. He's too tough, or I think he's too tough, or I want to pad my record and fight some easy guys, and I want to get up to a certain record. So then they pick and they choose.
That's why I only had 3 amateur fights. Because
you were picking and choosing people. People were too tough.
Yeah, I was like, no, not
tough. I want to fight,
exactly.
but not him.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of people who they think it's cool. You know what I mean? They want to be that cool tough guy with their friends at the bars. Yeah, dude, I do UFC.
I fight.
That kind of guys. Yeah.
No, you don't fight, man.
They don't really want to.
Yeah.
They don't really want to fight the best guys.
Back then, you didn't even really know who you were fighting until that night. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of
no
how it was back
videotape,
then.
nothing,
Yeah, no
yeah.
videotape, no nothing. Like fights were changed, and just guys are just going in there. To fight.
Were they still doing like Grand Prix style stuff back then?
No,
Early
not,
2000s
not
is when that
with
kind of
us.
faded out, I guess.
Yeah, some more like pride things and everything. Yeah, but
I saw a Grand Prix. My buddy was fighting in one. I want to say 2004, 2005 was my second year in college, and he had to fight 3 times in one night, and I think he made like $75. And it was at the
Sounds
Taj.
about
It was
right.
like the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, and we all came down there, and we had like these plans. We were gonna party like all night. We were like, yeah, dude. He was just like, I want to go to fucking bed. I want to go to bed. We were like, yeah. What about now?
just got some energy.
Suddenly, I don't want to sleep.
I don't want to sleep. I'm never going to sleep. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, and you think like you're a tough guy. When you're like, you're a tough guy. You've gotten in a bar fight. You're like, I can do that. And then you see the fucking guy do it 2, 3 times. I see the way you guys spar on Tuesdays, and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that shit, man.